Hello everybody, welcome to VegaTrends. My name is Mackenzie, and we're all about helping you make eating your vegetables just a little bit easier. This is the time of year when the weather's starting to cool off and we're looking for those comfort meals, the meals that warm our hearts and our souls. And today I want to talk about a grain that can help bring that to your table this fall, and that's barley. I hope you'll stay tuned. I love this time of year when things start to cool off and the leaves begin to change. Now, I live in Las Vegas, so technically things don't really start to cool off until maybe mid-November. But around the country, we're starting to see a bit of a cool down. And that makes us want comfort food and comfort meals, meals that warm our hearts. And so that's why today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about barley. Now, barley is a grain. Most of us have heard of, say, oatmeal or rolled oats, and we often eat that for breakfast. But barley is, although one of the most common grains eaten in the United States, isn't talked about as often as, say, oats are. And so I wanted to introduce you to this grain, maybe show you some ways that you can introduce it into your diet because it really is a powerful grain. So in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about some of the different kinds of barley that I found in the store, talk to you about the health benefits of barley, and I'm going to show you a quick breakfast that you can make up using barley. And then later this week, I'm going to make up 3 dishes that I'm very excited about, none of which I've tried, so we'll be trying them right here on camera together. The first that I'm going to do is a barley risotto with butternut squash. And doesn't that sound amazing? I'm really excited about that. The second meal I'm going to try is a fiesta barley salad, which I'm also very excited about using barley. And then the last thing is my sister's been talking to me about making beef and barley soup. Now, I don't really eat a lot of beef in my diet, so I'm going to try making a beef and barley soup with the same texture as beef and barley soup, but without the beef. So I hope you'll check back to those videos as they come out later this week and next week. But today we're going to talk specifically about barley. So let's look at what I found in the stores. Let's see. So I stopped at an Albertsons just to check out and see what they had in the way of barley. And what I found is Quaker actually has this quick barley. And so I cooked this up to utilize it in the breakfast cereal that I want to make for you. And then I also found this at Albertsons, and I believe this is the Albertsons brand, which is Signature Select. And it's a pearled barley. One of the things you need to understand when you're out searching for barley is the difference between pearled barley and hulled barley. Hulled barley will have the hull on it, and when you cook it, you're going to need to give it some extra time. Usually you'll want to soak that overnight. The pearled barley still takes a while to cook, but you probably don't need to soak it overnight. And then the last thing, I went to Sprouts, which is where I usually shop. I was hoping they would have the hulled, but they also did not. I like to buy in bulk and use these bags so that I'm wasting less plastic. But they just had in bulk the pearled barley. So I cooked up both some pearled barley and this quick Quaker Oats barley because I wanted to check out the difference between the two. So let's do that right now. I have them sitting here right in front of me. And you can see there's a little bit of difference between these. These almost looked like a rolled oats. This is the quick barley from Quaker Oats. It almost looked like a rolled oats when I started. It was just a flatter version of the pearled barley. And then here's the pearled barley. Now, the pearled barley took about an hour to cook. It said on the packaging 45 minutes, but it took closer to an hour for all the water to be absorbed and for it to cook. This took about 15 minutes for the Quaker quick barley. So let's give them a try and taste test them and see what we think. It's really good. It's a little bit chewier than, say, a steel cut oat, and it has a great nutty flavor. I really like it. And then here is the quick barley from Quaker Oats. About the same flavor, a little bit softer than the let me finish chewing. Definitely a little bit softer than the pearled barley. Both of them very good, and I think they would both make excellent options for the cereal I'm going to make. So I'm going to use the Quaker Oats for the breakfast I'm going to introduce to you, and I'm going to use this pearled oats that I cooked up for the salad, for the Fiesta salad that I'm going to make. So I've very rarely let any food go to waste at my house. All right, so we'll just set these aside for a minute, and let's talk a little bit about the health benefits. So a cooked cup of barley is going to have about 193 calories in it, and 4 grams of that are going to be from protein, just 1 gram of that from fat, 6 grams of fiber, and then 44 grams of carbs will be in your one cup. Now, the thing about grains is that they're actually very high in a lot of different vitamins. And barley can be really great for your bone health because it has a lot of the vitamins you need to build strong bones, such as zinc and iron, phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium. It's also going to have 16% of your daily allotment of niacin, 12% of your iron, 20% of your manganese, and 19% of your selenium. So it's going to have a lot of different vitamins that your body needs. And selenium is a vitamin that you're not going to find in a lot of foods. So barley is a great source of that. So I think just try to find ways to incorporate barley into your diet. One of the great things I read with barley is that it keeps in the refrigerator for about 5 days after it's been cooked up, but you can also keep it in the freezer. So if you have time 1 day a month or every couple of months to cook it up, you can always cook it up and freeze it and have it ready to go for when you want to be using it in your soups or salads. So I think give that a try, and that will help ease up if you're really busy in your life. Now that I've talked about the health benefits and I've tried both of these, I'm going to make up that quick cereal for you. So what you're going to need is to cut up an apple and get yourself some cinnamon. And I'm going to fill up this bowl. Okay, so I've put some barley in my bowl here, and I'm going to add a little bit of apple. Ooh, I love apple. Usually in the morning when I'm making my cereals, I'll use a whole apple or a whole banana because I like to get all of that nutrient and fiber benefit in my diet. But for this, I'm just showing you a little sample, and then you can put on as much cinnamon as you'd like. I'm crazy about cinnamon. We're going to put a lot, and then a little bit of oat milk, which I've never really eaten oat milk. When I was recently on vacation was the first time I'd ever tried it in my coffee, but we're going to try it over my cereal here. All right. So now you have that all mixed up in there. Try a little bit. Wow. Really good. Let me tell you what I like about this as a cereal option is it has a much more substantive feel to it than, say, oatmeal does. I really like the chewiness of it. I like how the grains are a little bit bigger. It's really a great breakfast option, and I wouldn't have thought about it. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to have another bite. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode where we've learned about barley. Again, my name is Mackenzie, and this is VegaTrends. I hope you'll check back as I make up the other great recipes I talked about. The barley risotto with butternut squash, the Fiesta barley salad, and no beef in barley soup, especially for my sister. Maybe she won't even notice there's no beef in it. Anyway, see you next time.